Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, you will learn how to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Alright, now I have here three examples, but let us first recall the quadratic formula. Okay, now the quadratic formula is of the form x equals negative b plus and minus the square root of the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so this is the formula that we're going to use, okay, to solve these three equations. Let's have example number 1. We have x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. All right, so the first thing that you need to do here is to identify the values of a, b, and c. So let's try to copy the given. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. And so our a here, which is the numerical coefficient of x squared, is simply 1. And our b is the numerical coefficient of x, which is minus 2 or negative 2. And our c is 1. Alright, so now we're going to substitute these values to the formula. X equals negative b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright, so what's the value of b? So b here is negative 2. So negative of negative 2 plus and minus the square root of b squared, which is negative 2 squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 1, times the value of c, which is 1, all over 2 times 1, which is a. Okay, so simplifying this further, x will now give us negative times negative is positive 2 plus and minus square root of 4. Okay, 4 times 1 times 1 is 4 minus 4 all over 2. All right, so x here will be 4 minus 4 is 0, so that's 2 plus and minus a square root of 0 over 2, or that is simply 2 plus and minus 0 over 2. Okay, so our x of 1 here is 2 plus 0 over 2, that is 2 over 2, or simply 1. And our second solution would be 2 minus 0 over 2, that will give us 2 over 2, or again simply 1. Let's have the second example. So we have 6x squared plus 13x equals 5. Now the first thing that you need to do here is to transform this into the standard form. Alright, so let's copy the given. So we have 6x squared plus 13x equals 5. Okay, so rewriting this into the standard form, and then we will have 6x squared plus 13x, transposing 5 to the left side, then that will give us minus 5 equals 0. Alright, so what's the value of a? A here is 6, and b here is 13, and c here is negative 5. Alright, now substituting these values to the formula, x equals negative b plus and minus square root of, right, b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. Alright, so our b here is 13, so that will be negative 13. Okay, plus and minus square root of 13 squared, okay, 13 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is negative 5. Alright, all over 2a, or 2 over, or 2 times 6, because our a is 6. Alright, so moving forward, okay, so we have here x equals negative 13 plus and minus. All right, 13 squared is 169. All right, and negative 4 times 6 is negative 24 times negative 5. That will give us positive 120 all over 12. All right, and so adding 169 and 120, that will give us 289. So this will give us negative 13 plus and minus square root of 200 square root of 289 all over 12. And simplifying this further, this will give us negative 13 plus and minus the square root of 289 is 17. Okay, 17 all over 12. All right, so we got two solutions here. The first one would be negative 13 plus 17 over 12, and this will give us positive 4 over 12, or simply 1/3. 1/3 because the common factor here is 4. Okay, so 4, and this is 4 times 3. Okay, so we have 1 here and 3 in the denominator. All right, what about the second solution? The second solution here will be negative 13 minus 17 over 12, and so this will give us negative 30 over 12. All right, the common factor between negative 30 and 12 is 6. Okay, so we have here a negative 5. Okay, and this will be 2. Okay, so common here is this 6 times 5. Okay, and this one is 6 times 12. So taking out 6, what is left in the numerator is negative 5, while here in the denominator is 2. So the simplest form is 5 over 2. So the two solutions are 1/3 and negative 5 over 2. Let's have the third example. So we have 6x squared equals negative x plus 1. All right, so again, the first thing that you need to do here is to transform this into the standard form. All right, so let's copy the given. So we have 6x squared, all right, okay, equals negative x plus 1. So transposing negative x plus 1 to the right side, then that will give us 6x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. All right, so what's the value of a here? A is 6, and b is 1, and c is negative 1. Okay, so substituting these values to the formula, we have x equals negative b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. All right, so substituting the values, so we have negative 1 plus and minus square root of 1 squared minus 4 times the value of a, which is 6, times negative 1, which is the value of c, all over 2 times 6, because a here is 6. So this one. All right, so moving forward, so we have here x equals negative 1 plus and minus square root of, okay, 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times 6 is 24 times negative 1 is negative 24 times the negative sign, the minus sign there, that will give us 24 all over 12. All right, and so this will give us negative 1 plus and minus square root of 25 over 12. Now what's the square root of 25? So square root of 25 is 5. So this will give us negative 1 plus in minus 5 all over 12. Alright, so this will give us two solutions again. So the first one would be negative 1 plus 5 over 12. That will give us 4 over 12, or simply 1/3. Okay, and the second solution would be negative 1 minus 5 over 12. And negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6 over 12, or that is simply negative 1/2. So the two solutions are 1/3 and 1/2.